Fitzy.
Come on, Fitzy.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Make or Break Crypto Warehouse. It is the 4th of July. It is 11 a.m. And as you can see on the screen, we are having a mare of a day. However, we will get into that later on. First, we will go through the prices and the charts and see where we are. But it's one of those days, and believe it or not, I made this stream last night. So where I've got Keep Calm, and you can see me still tweaking around, I've put something in the bottom left-hand corner, and that is the live chat box. So if you have a comment, you want to say anything, you can now publish it, and everybody can see what you've got to say. So make sure to type a comment and let everybody know how you are. 143,500 followers. Bottom right hand corner, it seems a long way away. 74,000. It certainly is not a long way away. We will be there before you can say anything else. Trust me. A few good mornings to people in chat. Hidden Agendas, Mags, Pascal, Diabliski, good morning. Pakasad, hopefully you're not too sad today. And Kishan, good morning to you all. I hope you're all doing incredibly well. We have a busy day. We're not going to focus solely on the $57,600 Bitcoin on your screen right now. We are going to look at retail coming into crypto. We're going to look at Lido. We're going to look at Lynx, Chainlink. We're going to look at Solana and its spot ETF application. Then we have a little bit of meme and politics. Obviously, today is the 4th of July. I don't think we're going to have many American viewers, but happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. If it is a happy Independence Day, I mean, you should have stayed with England. You wouldn't have the problems you've got now. We're going to have a look at Kamala Harris coin, and we're going to have a look at Sweeney Scam. They're both meme-related articles. We're then going to have a look at the UK election. Remember, the UK election is today. If you are in the UK, go and vote. That is what you need to do, because if you don't and you get somebody that you don't want, you've only got yourself to blame. It is so much easier seeing people typing in the bottom left-hand corner. I have tweaked the screen a little bit to get everything to fit as well. So let me know if you like seeing your comments on the screen. Now then, I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to put you through this, but we're going to have to. Let's go and look at some prices. Bitcoin is coming in at 57,600, down almost 5%. Ethereum is coming in at 3160. It's not a good day. BNB, $530. Solana crushed $135. It's the way to look at it. Is it blood on the streets or is it pre-Christmas treats? Could you envisage a $57,500 Bitcoin when we were at $74,000? No. Would you have bought a $57,500 Bitcoin at $74,000? Of course you would. So don't be flushed out by these kinds of moves. Leverage, we're going to talk about. Liquidations, we're going to talk about. It's what happens. Is the drop down to Mt. Gox or others? I think it's a combination of things. I don't think it is Mt. Gox. I think it was the economic data that came out. It shook the market. But there is a few other things which I need to mention, which we will do in a minute. So I don't want to ruin your morning, but there are no gainers. When it's a really bad day, like we're in right now, you will always see the stable coins at the top of the list of gainers. USDT, USDC, DAI, they're all up there. And this is where you can find your bargains. What is down here that you can pick up at a bargain price? There are many bargains down here. In my opinion, many bargains down here. There are some very good coins. I'm glad that Brett has retraced. I've been telling you for a while, I didn't expect it to retrace suddenly like this. But the meme coins are down an awful lot. Audi is down 11%. I mean, there's multiple double-digit losers today. I'm going to go through where I think Bitcoin could possibly go in a minute, but let's get onto some X-Files first, and then we will have a look at the Bitcoin charts. I've got the liquidations. I've also got the Dixie to show you. But really the theme of today is keep calm. If you've never been through this before, it's not a nice experience. That feeling in the pit of your stomach is not nice. I know that. Just try and not worry yourself too much about it. Good morning, Tariq. As you can see, your name is now in lights on the screen in the bottom left-hand corner. Is Quant a good buy? I love Quant. I made a video about Quant over a year ago. I think it's brilliant. However, nobody else seems to like it and the price is down. For me, Quant is over $100 at this stage of the market. I think it's probably about $65 now, but nobody's buying the coin. That's the problem. So I'd avoid it personally. Right, fear is in the air as traders are discussing. Bit10 has plummeted following a security breach. Bitcoin went below 60,000. There should be a window to capitalize while FUD is high from the crowd. Remember that. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Don't panic when you see the prices come down here. Structurally, we are still fairly sound. We've come a long way. These retracements are not nice. We know that. Plan B. It feels different, but Bitcoin is still in the bull run. So when Bitcoin switches from blue to red, that is a sign of the bull run. We are still in red. The blue area, which we had all of last year, was accumulation. That's where you buy your Bitcoin at $20,000, $25,000. You buy in blue and you sell at the peak of the red, which we're not there yet. We are a long way from there. Moving on, at what point do we start questioning if we are still in a bull market? Those kinds of comments are the comments that I take as the bottom is starting to come in. When we expect to go up, we go down. When we go down, when we expect to go down, we go up. It's just the way the market works. You're never going to be on the right side of history if you keep trading on a daily basis. So my advice, stages like this, just sit on your hands. If you've got some dollars on the side and there are some coins that you want to pick up, fine. But don't panic sell at 57,000. We might go to 52. We might go to 49. But we are going to go up over time. This is not the end of the bull run. We're only in July of the year of the halving. The bull run will be summer to winter next year. Don't worry. Bitcoin, again, something else to bear in mind. Liquidations, which we're going to talk about. If we shot back to $62,000 today, 1 billion in shorts would be liquidated. So there could be a short squeeze today or tomorrow. They go after the money. They go after the shorts and the longs. I'm going to show you the liquidations at the minute. People are longing at 59 and getting liquidated. They're longing at 58 and getting liquidated. They're longing at 57. The problem is these are just forcing the market down because we're getting cascading liquidations. And this happens. That's why Bitcoin can move $6,000 in a day, maybe 2 days, and we can go up as quickly as we can come down. So let's not worry too much about that. It is absolutely a roller coaster, exactly. Now, I'm glad you said that, Chris, because one of the things about roller coasters is, if you've been on a roller coaster before, you know how high it goes up, you know how low it goes down, you know the speed it goes, you know the tunnels you go through, you know the loop-de-loop you do. If this is your first time in crypto and your first bull run and your first bear market, corrections, whatever it might be, you've never been on the roller coaster before, you don't know what to expect, and that's the scary part. When you've been through this 600 times, you get used to it. Don't panic about where we are now. Now is a time for a clear head and decide what crypto you want to buy today that you wanted to buy 2 months ago. Again, title of the show, Keep Calm. I wrote that last night when we were at $60,000. We're now at $57,500. We've come down. The message is still the same, stay calm. Bitwise has filed the amended S1 for spot ETH, which wasn't due until July the 8th. They wanted to get it off their plate, and from what I hear, the last round of comments were nothing. Took 0 time to update. No fee yet, probably next week. Remember, it's a holiday today because they are celebrating their independence from the UK, and they'll be back in tomorrow. Some of them won't be back in till Monday. That's caused a delay in the Ethereum ETF. That is going to shoot us up. Now, Dan Crypto Trades testing the daily 200 moving average for the first time since 27,000. This is a good level to watch closely. Any closes below could signal a further slowdown and correction. Technically, this offers good support on the higher time frames, but be careful for wicks or consolidation at slightly below, similar to what we saw earlier this cycle. Now that is coming in at 58.5, and we are kind of there. So what I'm going to do is show you a couple of bits of hopium. We don't like using the word hopium. We didn't like it yesterday, but we like it today. Let's get rid of that for a minute. So these are the liquidations. On the 24-hour chart, this is where people are being liquidated. As you can see, the last 24 hours, over $300 million of liquidations. Believe it or not, this isn't the first time we've seen this, and it won't be the last. And $300 million worth of liquidations isn't an awful lot. Bullish Bull is in Ibiza. I think what you need to do is you need to go and get yourself a mojito. I know it's probably 11 o'clock in the morning. Go and get mojito, go and sit somewhere in the shade and fall asleep. That's what I'd be doing right now. Enjoy your holiday, sir. I think leverage trading is part of the problem. It absolutely is part of the problem. You don't want to be leverage trading in these markets. It's too choppy. So 312, you can see it going up in real time. The longs, almost 300 million in liquidations. Shorts, 31 million in liquidations. So this is a day when the markets are getting absolutely spanked left, right and center. There is a breakdown here by exchange. There is a breakdown here of the longs. You can clearly see the green spikes. They are the long liquidations. And this is over, this goes back to the start of the year. So you can see, even though you're all slightly worried, if you look on the right-hand side, those green wicks today are actually nowhere near the wicks from March and April. So what I was saying a minute ago is, yes, we're down, but it's a walk in the park. I mean, these liquidations here, this was, what's that price? 880 million in liquidations. This was here, this was 750 million. So this is a walk in the park. This isn't a lot. This isn't mass liquidations. We're not probably finished flushing out yet, but we'll get there. Now, before we get on to look at the Bitcoin chart, I was going to do an article about retail. We might do that in a minute, but I'm just trying to make you all feel a little bit safer. I did this probably, when did I cover this? I think I covered this yesterday. And this was, if you remember, this was the DXY, and I said that the DXY is going to have to top out soon. And my target was the 20th of August. What's so special about the 20th of August? I was talking to the Oracle last night, and he thinks the 18th of August is when we are going to go parabolic. I think the 20th of August is when the Dixie breaks down. Now, again, there could be uncorrelated, but we don't know. Now, I highlighted 105.91 on the stream that we did yesterday or the day before. And since then, we've actually come down, but we've come down to this trend line. When the Dixie falls, Bitcoin normally goes up, and we're not yet going up. So what would be great is if the Dixie actually broke down below its support band and actually started to break down here towards 104, that would be a great move for Bitcoin right now, and Bitcoin needs that move. But we're not there yet. However, we have started to weaken, and the dollar weakening is good for Bitcoin. We're going to show you very quickly. Now, when we were all the way up here, which was 107, I'm going to show you what happened. That's when the dollar was at its most recent strongest. October 23, remember that, October 23. Guess what happened in October 23? So as you can clearly see, the Dixie fell from October all the way through to the end of the year. What did Bitcoin do? What did Bitcoin do in October last year? Let's go to the daily. Oof, look at that red candle. Ouch. Okay, let me show you. I need a new mouse. This one is shocking. Okay. So, do you remember I just showed you where the Dixie started to fall? Where did Bitcoin start to pump? Here. And it went on a run. We went from 26,000 all the way up to 45,000 in the period of time that the Dixie fell. So a strong Dixie is really not good news for Bitcoin. So when it starts to fall, when it starts to break down, we should see a recovery. Now, where are we? Where are we? We are, let me bring some of these lines down so we can actually look. Our lowest low, which is there, is coming in at 56.5. Okay, we're at 57.4. We need to bounce now. Okay, we need to bounce in this range. If we do not bounce, we are going to come to here. We have a massive gap in the volume area over there, and now we have to look at where we could come down to. And I'm going to be honest, 52,000 is my next port of call. What I expected, and I took it off the chart because I thought we'd invalidated it, was I was expecting this, okay, and then a move up. That's what I expected. What I also drew and don't want to see is this M pattern actually starts down here. And that would bring us back to 52,000. And we are currently heading that way right now. Now, again, we can look at lots of charts, look at where we are. We're massively, massively oversold, massively oversold. If we go down, again, massively, massively oversold. We came down here, 13, we're currently at 22. So again, we're massively oversold. We are going to bounce. The question is, how do we bounce? Now, you remember when we had the conversation about needing to get above 64,000. And you remember me saying, drawing this circle and saying we got rejected. I said we got rejected at 63,850, something like that. And what happens when we get rejected? We come down. So we came down, we got rejected, and now we are down. The question is, do we bounce at 56,500? If we don't, we're going to 52,000. And I haven't looked any lower than that just yet. But now you know that, where are we going? No, not Delphi Oracle. The Oracle is the other half of Crypto Warehouse. He will be doing a live stream tonight. he is going to be looking at the charts tonight, and probably tonight is the best time to be doing it, because at this moment in time, it's just all going to hell in a handbasket at the minute, isn't it? But we kind of know the targets. We can bounce at 56,500. We can fall to 52,000, but we know where the ranges are. We're not going into free fall. That's important to understand. We are retracing. We were rejected, and we said we were rejected. Every time you get rejected at a price, we come down. But similarly, on the positive side, every time that our RSI falls this low, we pump. Okay? We go up. So, I do expect a move to the upside. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be today, but maybe tomorrow. And we might come down further before we go back up. But we really need to hold 56.5, and we're not far from it. We're one more percent away, but we're down 5% already. What's another percentage between friends? So we could bounce off 56.5 and then shoot back up. But again, where do we go to? We can't get above the top of the bull market support band. The bottom of the bull market support band is at 61.4. We could do this and get rejected at that price there. The data that's come out for me isn't massively bad. We're going to see interest rate cuts very soon. We're going to see the Ethereum ETF next week, maybe the week after. We've got the Solana ETF being approved. There's a lot of positive macro news, and there's a lot of positive crypto news. And these are the times where you can make your best trades. You can trade at 70,000 and it might go to 100,000. Great, you've made 50% profit. If you're trading at 55,000 and we go to 100,000, instead of making 50% profit, you've made 100% profit. So these are the times to start to look at. If you're DCAing in, these are the times, in my opinion, you should go heavy into your DCA. Don't sit on the sidelines and wait for it to go to 42,000. There are people waiting on the sidelines for $25,000 Bitcoin. We never made it back there again. There are people waiting for a $30,000 Bitcoin. We never made it back there again. So even though we are looking down, it doesn't take a long time to move up. Look at the amount of time it took to make that move. To make this move. The 26th of February to the 6th of March. In 1 week, we moved from 51 to 68. That's a $17,000 move. Could we do a $17,000 move today or tomorrow? Very unlikely. But the point of the matter is, it's there and it's possible. So don't worry. Your YouTube divided on cuts initially said it was bullish. Now they say it's very bearish on past data. Exactly. I think the problem is, with a lot of people, is that you see all of this narrative of it's bearish, it's bearish. People make videos about it being bearish. It's bullish, it's bullish. People make loads of videos about it being bullish. But as we said yesterday on the stream, these shillfluencers, which is what I've called them, they are only interested in your clicks. And they're also paid by other people, other projects to sell you their projects. For example, if I open the show every day and I was talking about Phantom, the Phantom chain, how great the Phantom chain is, even though it isn't, and even though the price is tanking, then it's clear to everybody that I'm being paid by Phantom to promote that project. And that's the problem with a lot of influencers, is that you can listen to them and they'll talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, and then suddenly they'll talk about Phantom. or Polkadot, and it gets mentioned on every stream, even though it's an irrelevant blockchain and it's not been talked about and this, that, and the other. And the issue is with people is that they are paid to fill a narrative. So you know that a lot of good morning, Peter. You can see if I went to Cointelegraph or any one of the crypto news articles, you would find FUD pieces about, let's say a blockchain, let's say Solana, FUD. That FUD piece has been written by somebody else, by being paid by another chain. And if you don't think that's gone on, go and have a look at the story of Sam Bankman-Fried as an example, where he paid $2 million to the owner of a crypto news website. And he paid him $2 million to write FUD pieces about CZ and a certain couple of different exchanges. Those FUD pieces were based on FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, not facts. Now, influencers are just news outlets with faces and voices. So if you don't think that they are following a narrative as well as the news articles, then fine. But believe you me, they follow the narrative of what they are told to follow. That's why they have so much money. Look at how much Polkadot was paying to them yesterday, $250,000 a month to about 12 different influencers. You work that out, that's $20,000 a month each to talk about Polkadot. So if you think that's the only example of them being paid to talk about things, think again. If BlackRock, and I'm not saying this is true, if BlackRock wanted to push the price of crypto down, it would do a hit piece through news outlets and shillfluencers. And when we're going down, you're being told we're going to $25,000. They know we're not going to $25,000, so why are they telling you we're going to $25,000? It's what I said yesterday, don't believe anybody on YouTube. Don't believe anybody. Don't believe me. Don't believe any other major crypto influencer, because you do not know who their paymaster is. And that's not going off with a tinfoil hat on. I'm just saying the conflict of interest exists between their narrative. If they're shorting Bitcoin and they tell you Bitcoin is going down and it's going to crush 50,000, go to 45,000, and they're shorting Bitcoin, they're going to gain monetarily by you selling your Bitcoin and getting out of the market because they've got a short in play. And they won't tell you they've got a short in play. The same way, if they tell you Bitcoin's going to $100,000 and they've got longs in place. Now, that might not mean one influencer can affect the market. When you've got 20 of them all telling you Bitcoin is going to $100,000, buy now, this is the last chance, that will sway the market because retail does sway the market. So when you see, as Packer said in chat, when you see it divided, why is it divided? I tend to try and follow honest, individual, non-YouTube related technical analysts who aren't sponsored by anybody. They don't make videos. They don't get paid to talk about anything. They've got their opinions. I follow them above and beyond following a lot of the YouTube crypto people, because they have vested interests in what they're telling you, and that makes them unimpartial. Anyway, now we're going to move on for a bit because we haven't even started the show. So everybody is selling Lido because the SEC is suing Lido, and they're suing CoinSensus, who own MetaMask. What does that mean for you? In my opinion, it's a buying opportunity because, and I don't hold any Lido, by the way, LDO. Lido is the biggest liquid staking platform and staking platform on Ethereum, and it's got a ridiculous amount of the Ethereum stake. I can't remember if it's 20 or 30%. Now, when Ethereum's ETF goes live, guess what is going to go up in value? All the layer 2s, all the projects associated with Ethereum, including Lido. Now, it's been crushed. The price of Lido has been crushed. We don't need to read about the individual. Here we go. So on the 28th of June, the SEC sued ConsenSys over MetaMask, which I just said, and also Lido and Rocket Pool as illegal services. Enforcement action brought fear, uncertainty, and doubt regarding the Lido protocol. Lido is trading at 173. Now, again, this is a profitable enterprise. It makes profit. There is a direct correlation between the value of Ethereum and the amount of money that Lido makes. So, ergo, Ethereum goes up in value, hopefully because the ETF comes and we get extra liquidity to Ethereum, Lido's price will go up. So, rather than seeing this as the end of Lido, it's not the end of Lido. See this as an opportunity to buy Lido on the cheap. That would be my advice on Lido. Now, I think, no, I haven't. I actually thought I had the chart for Lido. Let's go and see what the price is. Now, again, I'm not going to hold every coin I talk about because I'd have 50 coins. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, I have got the Lido chart. Okay. So if you go back in time, Lido topped out at 337. And that was early Feb when I believe Ethereum would have been about $4,000. So if you believe that Ethereum is going to go back to $4,000 and then maybe go to $6,000, where do you think the price of Lido is going to go? Probably going to go to about $5. If we see a $6,000 Ethereum, Lido will probably go to about $5. That turns your 175 into $5. That's a 3x from here. And again, it's not hopium, it's not moon boy math. It's simple. At $4,000, we were at 340. I expect to go to $6,000 or $5,500 and Lido to shoot up towards $5. So it's a good play. You're likely to make 200% profit on this. Not now, but now is a good time to buy. We have come down. Before we went on the bull run, we were at 150. We're at 174. We're not far off. If Bitcoin capitulates even further and goes to 52,000, you might be able to pick it up here. But believe you me, Lido isn't going to go anywhere. It's one of those coins. I put it in the same category as maybe the DEXs, like Uniswap, aggregators like Jupiter. They make a lot of money in the bull run. Lido's value is based on the value of Ethereum. It will make money in the bull run. So don't fade Lido. The SEC's case will come and go, and that will be the end of it. And they'll probably lose. I think the SEC has lost the battle with Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin being securities, XRP. They've lost all of that. They're now going after the rewards generated from proof of stake. That's what they're going after now. They've gone after MetaMask for staking rewards. They're going to go after Lido for staking rewards. They've already told all of the Ethereum ETFs they can't have staking as part of their ETF. So they've now switched focus from the coin to the rewards. They will probably have a better time fighting that argument than Ethereum being a security, in my opinion. Right then, let us move on. Let us see where we're up to. We have some comments in chat. Give me a second. Remember, if you're worried, don't worry. Bitcoin bounced off 57,000. Well, that is good news. I picked up some more salt. That's a good one. I've learned a valuable lesson not to buy crypto just after or before the halving. Wait a few months, then go. Get in. All my coins are down plenty. I'm losing heaps. You're not losing heaps. You only lose when you sell. And like I said before, probably I think before you came onto the stream, If you get onto a roller coaster that you've never been on before, you don't know where the dips, the peaks, you don't know about the speed, you don't know the tunnels it goes through, and it's just blind panic because you've never been on that roller coaster before. In stock market history, the greatest returns in stock market history, the greatest 20 or 30 days of returns in stock market history have come directly after the biggest crashes in stock market history. You can never time that. So, if you sell today at 57,000, what's the downside risk? 52 maybe, so another 15% downside risk. If we rip and go back to 74,000 on Bitcoin, that is 30% upside. And for the alts, 50-60% upside. So you've got a 15% loss versus a 60% gain in the short term. So you've got a 4-to-1 ratio on profits. When the markets are like this, or when the markets are choppy after the halving, we've still got the miners selling, dollar cost averaging in is the way forward. Now, I dollar cost averaged in last night. I waited. I think I got another bag of NEAR at $5. I think I paid for NEAR, probably about $4.80 today, but I got it for $5. So my average price of NEAR is now about $5.10, $5.05. Now, that might be at a loss compared to what the price of it is today. But if it goes to $30, I've 6x'd. $25, I've 5x'd. You need to buy when there's blood in the streets. That's the way to make money. You can get very rich out of crypto and you can get very wealthy out of crypto, all to do with timing it. The US rate cuts do affect crypto. What happens with rate cuts is when interest rates are high, risk on assets, riskier assets are not part of your portfolio because interest rates are high. When interest rates get cut, the money printer gets turned on, so it's not one thing. So when interest rates start to come down, they start to print money again. That's when risk on assets become more desirable because it's not the interest rate cut itself, it's the fact that it's a sign that inflation is under control, housing is under control, wage inflation is under control. Therefore, they can take the foot off the gas, or they can put the foot on the gas, take the foot off the brake, start to put money into the economy. Putting money into the economy stimulates the economy grows, people have more money to spend, people buy riskier assets. In a recession, what do people not do? They don't go out for meals, they don't go to the cinema, they stay at home and they eat cheaper food and they try and cut their bills. So it contracts, which is what they want. They want demand to fall. So supply pushes the price down because there's a glut. So so interest rate cuts, they are the symptom, or not the symptom, they are the result of all the different symptoms. So when we see rate cuts, everything else behind it has indicated that now we can cut rates. So it's a positive thing, not just for Bitcoin, but it means money is cheaper for companies to buy as well. So they can go out and get loans, they can then build extensions to their shops, they can employ more people. There's a whole raft of things that go on behind it. Now, Chainlink is one of my picks for this bull run. I've had it for a while, massive fan of it. Chainlink is to handle on-chain NAV for Sygnum's $50 million tokenized Matter Labs treasury. Institutional investor in Chainlink's Link token has risen, according to Look On Chain. It is going to be one of the unicorns, in my opinion, in the future, simply because of what it does. So Fidelity International and Sygnum have partnered with Chainlink to bring net asset value data on-chain. The partnership showcases potential advancement through tokenized assets, enhancing transparency and accessibility for fund data. Specifically, it will support the on-chain representation of units of Fidelity's international $6.9 billion institutional liquidity fund, where 50 million of tokenized Matter Labs treasury reserves issued on the blockchain are held. So, what's all this fuss about having the NAV? The NAV means you can trade online on the blockchain in real time. So, having the NAV of a real asset like Tesla stock, if there is a real-time blockchain-based NAV of the Tesla stock, it means somebody like Synthetix can come along and issue a synthetic version of that stock. That's what it means. So BlackRock wants to make a tokenized version of the stock exchange. 24/7 trading, it's going to become a reality. Ondo bringing treasury bonds to the blockchain is a reality. Chainlink being involved with this. $50 million of tokenized Matter Labs reserves is a fraction of $6.9 billion. Imagine getting 10% of that onto the blockchain. $690 million onto the blockchain. And Chainlink sit there taking little tiny snips every single day of every single feed. That's where Chainlink makes its money from. With Chainlink, the NAV data can be reported and synchronized on-chain, accurately providing real-time transparency and access to historical data for Sygnum, its clients, and market participants. So, of course, Sygnum have 50 million today. They might have 200 million next week. If the demand on the blockchain is there, they will simply go and buy another $150 million worth of the Fidelity fund and then issue it and allow it to be traded on the blockchain. It's simple. It's easy to understand how it all makes money. So this is massively bullish news. The global reach and efficiency benefits of tokenized funds are far greater than traditional methods will over time become the way the entire asset management industry operates. Again, at this moment in time, somebody was saying the other day about these $50 million and $100 million projects, and how can they do 100x or 200x or whatever it might be. They can very easily do that because VCs have been doing that for the last 40 years. The only reason that you think it's a surprise is because your bank is paying you 1% APR on your money. That's it. There are massive gains to be made out of getting into companies early, but you have to pick the right ones. VCs will invest in 10 companies, and if one of them becomes a unicorn or a massive success, they will 5x their money. They don't care about the other 9. They will take $1 million, put $100,000 into each, and if one of them becomes a success, that $1 million becomes $5 million. That's all they care about. So on July the 2nd, blockchain investigator Look On Chain reported that institutional whale was accumulating the native token. So 2 million tokens in 54 wallets. Chainlink is going to be bought up, in my opinion. Now, it says here it's trading at $14. I sincerely doubt that today, of all days, we are going to see $14 on Link. So let me have a look and see what the price of Chainlink is today. If it's $12 or $13, great price. Now, what have we done here? Again, we draw these beautiful lines. Look at that level of support that we have had on Link, and look where we are now. Now, these are fairly critical levels, okay? The level here is $12.95. $12.95. We're at $13.16. Interestingly enough, Bitcoin is down 6% on the day. Chainlink is down 3% on the day. That's a fairly bullish sign for me. That's quite big money. DCA is better than lumping in. Hopefully, it's all play money. Crypto, you know, go to zero, except perhaps Bitcoin. Yeah. I might swap most of my portfolio into Punk and let it ride. It's the same as a casino. You don't need to do that, though. You just need to hold on. It's crypto in a bull market goes up 30% of the time and goes down 70% of the time in a bull run. So for every 3 good days, there will be maybe 7 or 8 bad days. We've gone down. If you want to get out of crypto, do it on a pump. Don't do it at the bottom. all you're going to do is lock in those losses. Now is not the time, in my opinion, not financial advice, now is not the time to sell anything. It's to buy. I mean, I can't tell you what to do with your money. It's your money. But selling now, we're capitulating. We've had leveraged longs being liquidated now for 12 hours. It's going to run out. It's going to run out. Now then, where are we with the spot ETF? Sorry, the spot Solana ETF. Will the US presidential election make or break it? No, I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of time because the people behind these ETFs are not politicians. As a certain foreign politician once said, you don't have to worry about America because 4 years' time they will have a new president. And that is how it works. Now, with BlackRock and Fidelity, they want a Solana ETF. Who sponsors the American government? Big companies. I'm not going to mention some of their names because I think some of the words are flagged, but financial institutions are one of those big companies. If they pay every senator $1 million, so that's $50 million, or I don't know how many there are, but let's say, for argument's sake, they spend $100 million on canvassing for this Solana ETF. Guess what? It's going to be approved. If there is an SEC head who is against all of this kind of stuff, guess what? They'll be gone. And then somebody a little bit more friendly to what they want will come and take their place. Hester Peirce, maybe. So are we going to see a Solana ETF? Yes. The timescale for it, in my opinion, is July the 4th today is when I thought the Ethereum ETF was going to go live. The last amendments were submitted yesterday on July the 3rd. Today is a holiday. So the chances are it's going to be next week that the Ethereum ETF gets approved. If it gets approved next week, you cannot tell me that the price of crypto is still going to go down because it's massively bullish news. So we could be seeing the pre-Ethereum ETF shakeout, which does happen. The second that that is approved and live, BlackRock are going to turn up at the SEC, knock on the door, and then hand over this. Now, VanEck have gone early, but VanEck are not of the size of BlackRock. They've already submitted their Solana Trust ETF. I've made a video about Solana a couple of months ago, very simply saying, if we don't get an ETF in Solana before the end of the bull run, we're looking at maybe $600 for Solana, $650 for Solana. If we get the ETF, we could see a Solana price north of $1,000. It's all dependent on the ETF. Now, I think we're going to see an application from BlackRock before the end of July. August, September, October, and the presidential elections are in November. Do I think it will be approved in the next 3 months? Yes, because there is political pressure for it. The Ethereum ETF was never going to be approved. If this wasn't an election year, we would not have an Ethereum ETF. It would be next year, or the year after, or whenever the election campaign is. But there's an election. So what has to happen between now and November? Interest rates have to come down. Joe Biden can't go in to this election running and tell people how well the economy is going when interest rates are sky high, people's mortgages are costing them a fortune, and for the 50 million people in America who hold crypto, you're not going to get your ETFs, which will pump your bags. So of course, there's political pressure to bring down interest rates to approve all of these ETFs. And Biden can quite happily say, we've got rid of all of inflation, we've got all the prices down, we're pushing prices down, we're giving you more money back because interest rates are being cut. And by the way, 1 in 7 people love crypto, so we've now got a Bitcoin, a Solana, and Ethereum ETF. It's clear as day that is what he's trying to do, if he knows what he's trying to do at all. So expect it to be, in my opinion, approved before November. Doesn't mean it's going to go live because we're getting quite tight, but it does mean that it is going to at least be approved, so he can turn around and say, we've got Bitcoin, we've done Ethereum, and Solana's in the pipeline. And then everybody in America will go, you know what, he is pro-crypto, we will vote for him. And it will win in votes. So anyway, I think it's on the cards. I'm going to have to go a lot quicker than I expected. So we're not going to bother with the Solana chart. We are going to have a little look at there's been a theme over the last few weeks of me talking about these types of coins. Now, for the record, I do not hold Biden coin. I do not hold MAGA or Red Hat, whatever it's called. I certainly don't hold Kamala Harris. But what there is a running theme over the last couple of months, and probably over the next couple of months, of political meme coins. And Biden is down 40-odd, 50%, something like that. MAGA is starting to run up. And I have said time and time again, I expect MAGA to do incredibly well between now and the end of the year. Sleepy Joe versus Orange Man. It is indeed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about Kamala Harris coin. I don't think if it was me and I had $100 to put into a political related meme coin, I would put it into MAGA, and I don't hold any MAGA, for the record. I wouldn't be buying Kamala Harris coin. If, again, I was a betting man, Biden's already said he's not going to drop out, so we're going to have to get rid of him forcefully, which I don't think they can do because he's sitting president. But I would put my money on Michael Obama. Sorry, not Michael Obama. She's not called Michael Obama. She's called Michelle Obama. I would put my money on Michelle Obama. If Michelle Obama stands against Donald Trump, then that coin will do fairly well, I think. And yeah, you just got to hold the right one. I mean, also, the closer it gets to the election, if MAGA really does run up, I would consider taking a massive chunk of profit out of that. I don't know whether I would hold MAGA going into the election in February. So you don't know, maybe if Trump wins, MAGA pumps, sell then. I don't know if Trump wins and it pumps, and when he gets elected, it pumps again. Stranger things have happened. Donald Trump could easily turn around and say, I've got my own meme coin called MAGA. And then you're looking at it going absolutely stratospheric. If it was a normal politician, they'd never mention it. But it's Donald Trump. He could mention that coin, and it could absolutely tear to the upside. But I wouldn't be buying Kennedy, Bowden, Kammer. I wouldn't be buying anything on the left, because if history repeats, then I think we're going to see Trump in power. Now, the next, because it's a good year for elections, you've got to remember, UK voters are calling for candidates to consider crypto as election looms. It's unclear what a Labour Party government could mean for digital assets in the UK, but according to one poll, many voters want politicians to consider the industry. So today, the UK goes to the polls. That is what? The 6th biggest economy in the world. The Tories are going to lose, clearly. The Reform Party has come from nowhere. I don't think Labour are going to win by the landslide that they expect to win. I think they expect to get 75% of the seats, which would be the biggest majority in the history of UK politics, and it goes back a long way. I think when you have, and this has happened many times before, by the way, when you have such a vociferous crowd, telling you that one side is going to win. If you want to vote for the other side, you keep quiet. And I think that's what we've got right now. Everybody's screaming, vote Labour, vote Labour, vote Labour. I don't think they're going to get 450 seats. I'm going to be proved wrong tomorrow, I know that, but I don't think they're going to get 450 seats. I would say 350 to 400 seats with a 55% majority of the parliament is on the cards. Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, is not a socialist. He is he's more like Tony Blair than maybe Jeremy Corbyn. I don't know if any of you from the UK. He's not far left. He's centre left, which is good. I don't think that the other guy, Rishi Sunak, he's not far to the right either. He is centre right. So I don't think the UK is going to change too much in terms of how we move forward. Starmer is going to want to make an impression. Crypto is a perfect position. He's called Keir Starmer, but yeah, it sounds like Hair Starmer. It's called Keir Starmer. Peter, don't be... You've got to hold your nerve. This is the time to hold your nerve. Don't worry about crypto. It will come back. It always has these dips. So, I think Keir Starmer is going to win. He's going to want to make an impression. I think he will want to carry on the work that Sunak was doing with regards to AI and crypto. And I think we're going to see positive crypto news. Remember, Starmer is about taxation. So, he will want to generate as much tax as possible. I think we'll be positive on crypto. It would be silly not to. Now then, the last thing to say, we've got 3 minutes left. We've managed to get through the catastrophe. We're going to have a look at the Bitcoin chart in a minute. So, Sydney Sweeney. Now, I don't know this person, but I think they're a fairly famous actress. Because I'm old, I don't know who these people are. I know who Hulk Hogan is. You know, I know who Andrew Tate is. That's about as far as I go with celebrities. So this person claims to have fallen victim to their account being hacked. The Solana blockchain continues to be a major option for cyber criminals. Hollywood superstar and actress Sydney Sweeney had her ex account hacked and promoted Sweeney Coin. On Tuesday, Sydney Sweeney was the most recent victim of a social media hack. Her account was hacked to advertise a fake Solana-based meme coin. It comes after similar celebrities were hacked, like 50 Cent and Hulk Hogan. Now, we don't need to read an awful lot about this because it's not, you know, the thing to understand is, and I've said it time and time again, and I'm using this as another example, don't buy any token, anything to do with crypto, based on anything anybody famous says. I can't be clearer than that. Don't buy anything from Sweeney, Iggy Azalea, Hulk Hogan, 50 Cent. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. They know nothing. They know nothing about crypto. They probably don't even know what Solana is. And they, or the hackers, are trying to convince you. Now, how do you know if it's real or not? Okay, what, a video pops up. How do you know that the video isn't a deep fake? You go onto YouTube, what do you see? You see Elon Musk telling you to send him 1 Ethereum and he'll send you 10 Ethereum. And people out there fall for it. Don't believe Elon Musk, Anatoly Yakovenko. Don't believe Vitalik Buterin. Don't believe Sydney Sweeney or any of them. Don't buy them. If you miss out because 1 in 100 is a success, great. But 99 times out of 100, you're going to get scammed. Don't believe them. Okay? Especially, we try to only review meme coins that are older than 2 or 3 weeks. So if a meme coin is 48 hours old, we don't review it, other than to give you a warning, like we did with Book of Meme. We made a video within 3 days of it going live saying, please don't buy this coin. It's too high, it's too valuable, it's going to come crashing down. And it did. And it came crashing down. We then did on a live stream, we said it's now found a good price at 1 cent. Off you go, enjoy it. It's not a scam, it's been around for a while, away we go. These meme coins have a life of about 96 hours, 4 days, and then it's dumped. It lasts long enough for all of these shillfluencers to pump the hell out of that coin, get you to buy it, and then they sell, and you become exit liquidity, and you get scammed. So the last message of the day, because it is now exactly 12 o'clock, don't buy a coin based on a celebrity. That's it. The MAGA coin we mentioned before, which is not associated with Donald Trump, but is about Donald Trump, that's been going for months. And fine, it's not going to go anywhere. Bubble Maps, I think I've shown Bubble Maps on here before, but I'll show you again. Bubble Maps is a really cool way for you to see who owns what token. So if we press Bubble Maps, this gives you visually a depiction of who owns what. So if we type in, let me think of a good example. Let's type in this coin, which is, I think, the coin by, what's his face? Andrew Tate. Now, is that going to come up? Top D. Why is it not showing me? Anyway, okay, let's try a different coin. Let's just try Bitcoin. It covers every coin, by the way. It's very difficult to find a coin. I just need to find, give me one coin. Okay, maybe that one. Okay, so that shows you visually the breakdown of who holds what coin. Now, as you can see, those circles are fairly small. Okay, if you go back in and you do a search for this token, okay, you will see that there is a massive circle there. Now, that is a Raydium liquidity pool. So 58% of the supply of Party is in a liquidity pool. But then you see these little ones here, which are potentially warning signs, okay? But on the whole, that is a fairly well distributed coin, okay? The maximum wallet holder has got 8%. So if you do see a coin on the you know, on X, on Twitter, and you think, oh, that looks like a good coin, go here, bubblemaps.io. I've got no affiliate link because I'm not an affiliate with them. It's just a website I use. Put the name of the coin and look it up. If you see a massive circle in the middle and it's not Raydium, or it's not, you know, one of the big liquidity pools like Orca or something like that, then that means that the person who set this coin up holds 40, 50, 60% of the token. So do you know what's going to happen? You're going to buy that token. They're going to sell their 60, 50, 40% of their token, make $2 or $3 million, and you're left holding a token worth zero. So always go and check and do some research before you buy into these tokens. Right then, we're going to go. But before we go, I just want to say to the people who are panicking, this is a capitulation. They happen all the time. And I'm going to show you very quickly before I go, because I don't want people to worry, okay? You've packed your bags. If you're going on a journey to October 2025 or December 2024, that's where you're going on your journey, right? Why do you care about the price of Bitcoin today? Okay, so if we go from October, this was the start of the bull run here, yeah? Look at that. We went from 49 to 38,000. So we dropped 38% there, okay? And we dumped. We went from $74,000 to $60,000. We dropped $14,000 there. Okay. Look at where we are now. We've gone from 72 to 57. That's $15,000. So that's a $14,000 drop, and that's a $15,000 drop. Okay. This is about having perseverance and stamina. I've said we need to hold 56.5. We came down and we've touched 57.1, and now we're at 57.6. We haven't broken it yet. It is not all over. Look at what happened when we touched that level there. We went up from 56 to 71. That's $15,000 in 2 weeks. A $15,000 move in 2 weeks. If we do that, we will be at $72,000 on the 20th of July from here. If we bounce the same way we just bounced. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen because, like I said at the start, there is a good chance we break down more today and we come down to 52,000. Yes, we can, right? But we're in the bull run. Now, I know it's easy to say that you're in the bull run. I know. We've just lost half of the supply of Bitcoin. On April the 20th, that line, okay? That line there is when we lost half the supply. Miners are capitulating right now. They're selling because they can't afford to mine Bitcoin, so they have to keep going. I have said that that takes 6 months. So 6 months takes us to this line, roughly this line. About there, right? That line there is when the miners traditionally run out of Bitcoin to sell. We are not even halfway through this period of time, and we have chopped between 56 and 72 for this period of time. Now, there's a good chance we do that. If you want to get out of Bitcoin, and I am not stopping you, you wait for the next relief rally, back up towards 67,000, 64, 67, 69, 70, wherever you want to be. You want to sell, you get out there. Okay? But we're oversold. We've come down to the same price we were at here. Okay? We haven't broken it yet. If we break it, we've already said 52,000 is the next target. And I am not looking lower than 52,000 because I'm not convinced the bears can hold us down to 52,000 for very long. But we have been there, and it could be the end of the M pattern. So if we do come down, we're not going to do that. We're likely to bounce again, and we're likely to move up. So this isn't the time to panic. This is the time to hold your conviction and stick to your guns and know that we're going to move up. Now then, let's have a look at the poll, which has been coming up. Good morning, Kabir. Right. How low do we go? 57,000 and up, or 52,000? 57,000 up, 72% have said yes, 52% have said lower. I think we're going to bounce off 56, 57,000 and go up. I don't think we're going to come down any further. That is the end of the show. It is 10 past 12. Thank you to the new people. Kabir has just joined us. He's always... he's not late because I think it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning over there. It's still McDonald's, exactly. I mean, you can draw this however you want to draw it. You know what I was going to do today? I was actually going to open the show with the McDonald's application form. That's what I was going to do. Now, again, the McDonald's can be... can't draw it very well. I'm not very good at drawing. That could be the McDonald's, or that could be the McDonald's. and that's just what it is. So anyway, don't panic. Panic if we break 52. But I'm expecting us to go back to 62.4 because that's where liquidity is. We do have the gap there, so we could very quickly come down to here. Below that, I mean, we're looking at maybe 47. I said I wasn't going to do this, but 47 and 42. I just don't think we're going to do that. Anyway, I haven't said anything today, but can you do me a favor? If you're new here, can you subscribe? Can you follow us? Can you smash the like button? How many likes have we had today? 8 likes. Terrible. Bitcoin is finished. I can't. You know what? He's the perma bear. He is our perma bear. Kabir is the perma bear of the show. Let me know, by the way, if you like the box in the bottom left-hand corner, which is showing the chat. I think it's quite nice because I can see you on the screen what you're saying. So I think having the box with your chat is nice. I don't know if you want it any bigger than that box, but that box seems to be fine. Reza, again, you're coming in at the end of the show. So very briefly then, because you two guys have joined in, 56,500 is the line that we need to hold. There is liquidity at 62,400 that we may go looking for. We have to hold 56.5. That's what we have to do. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go and make some videos, and the shopping is going to arrive soon. Remember, the title of the show today is Keep Calm. Keep calm. Don't panic. It's not Liverpool red. It's Red Devils red. It's Man United red. Anyway, see you later, guys. See you later, Reza, Chris, Packer. Welcome to the stream. See you all on the other side of this. Take care.